Hey, look over here. Look at me. I'm a pickle. I'm Pickle Rick. Hey, welcome in, guys. This is part 3. I'm just kind of doing a career run through, showing you how to get from nothing uh, uh, and through the tech tree. So, yesterday we built a ship, flew out to Minmus, showed how to get to Minmus, and then we orbited, made a polar orbit, and collected all of the EVA science over Minmus. Today, we're going to start out doing the same thing, but we're going to go back to the moon. The moon has like 17 biomes, so we'll fly back to the moon and collect all the EVA science over the moon. So we get another opportunity to see how to get to the moon. And then we'll do a couple of rendezvous, and we'll do a rendezvous and docking. It's a contract requirement. And build other things along the way. So let's get started. I've already built the ship. This is similar to the ship that went to Minmus, but I took 2 boosters off of it. And this should have enough. 3582 is going to be almost enough to get us to orbit, and if we need to, we can steal a little bit of Delta V out of the upper stage. So, let's get going. Alright. U, T, Z for full throttle. V to go make sure I have the right camera. 3, 2, 1. Go to space. Throttle down. Do our roll maneuver. So our astronauts aren't going up to space on their sides. Pitch to make sure I'm going to the east to overpower the boosters that want me to go straight up. I like to be at about 10K when I'm at 60 degrees. Sometimes I'm fighting against the boosters, so it's not always possible. Once the booster's gone, now we can go to full throttle, and now I can pitch over to 60 at least. Let's see what we are on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come back, pony. I'm gonna be at 45 well before I wanted to be there. Went a little crazy on the pitch over there, and let's see what we're at. 21 in our periapsis, our apoapsis, so we'll hold it here until we get up to at least 20. There we go. And we're 30. Now I'm going to focus on my time to apoapsis. I want to keep it about 50 seconds away. So I'll do that with throttle control and pitch. When I'm usually at about 30,000 in actual altitude, I'll want to be at about 30 degrees above the horizon here. I'm at 57, so I'm going to reduce my throttle. Or in degrees, I want to usually be about 20 degrees over the horizon. 1 minute over to the apoapsis, and then throttle back even more. But apoapsis is at 50, so I'm going to come down to almost the horizon here. We're going away from the towards the apoapsis, so I'm going to increase my thrust a little bit till it starts going away again. I'm going to just use the nav to pitch to prograde. Okay, our time to emphasis is going up again, which is good. Back along the throttle. As our speed approaches orbital speed, 2,400 meters per second, the apoapsis will start to climb rapidly. We're just about ready to dump this stage. It's 81 just as the stage ran out. Perfect. Ditch it. Push it away. Now we'll go over to here. Circularize at the apo, which isn't going to take much because of the way that we reduced the throttle and kept the apoapsis short distance away from us. So when they switch sides, it means you're circularized. So now we'll come over here. We're only going to need 73 delta V. $69 delta V. Let's find the maneuver node, which is over here somewhere. Right there. Whoop. It's trying to go to prograde, so let's go over. I was trying to go to prograde, I had that set. So now that we're there, let's warp to the maneuver node. There we go. Skip one notch of warp to get us to 10 seconds. Make sure I'm on the maneuver node. 5 seconds to the burn. And burn. Should do it. So what have we got? 82 by 81. Perfect. Okay, now let's get to the moon. Target the moon. Put it at 12 o'clock. Zoom back in. This is 3 o'clock. That's 4 o'clock. So I don't want to warp to there, so I got to be careful. I'm going to make my burn just above it, right there. Add maneuver node, and then we're just going to burn prograde until we get an intercept with the moon, which you'll always get if you do that setup. So let's focus the moon. So I want a polar orbit, so the first thing I'm going to do is pop the sky back open. And I'm going to burn, whoop, overburned, right there. And then we're going to come up, oh no, I'm going to have to do a second burn. Okay, not a problem. Take that out. I got a thing called precise maneuver, so that gives me a little bit of control over my burns. Let's see here. What have I done? 848. That's good enough. That's good enough. We'll make a mid-course correction to get it, change the orbit to polar and get it where we want it as far as altitude goes. So same procedure. Go to the maneuver node, which is right here. I gotta change the color of that node. I can't see the blue. Okay. Once I'm there, warp to the. I want to make the burn. Okay. Warp us up to 10 seconds before the burn. Okay, let's make sure I'm still on the node. She's way down here now. And start burning.
Okay.
I really gotta change that. That's just prorate to point to point. One of these allows me to change the icons on the wall, but it's not letting me do that. Figure it out later. Okay. Finish this out manually. Close enough. Okay. Now we'll make a maneuver node along our path here. Call it a mid-course correction. And let's see. Okay, first of all, we want to pull up. And we want to prograde to go in more. I did normal. I did radial. I pulled on the wrong handle, so let's do that. Let's find the prograde handle, please. That one. Come in. That's pretty much polar. And as long as we're below 60, we're in good shape. That'll work. Maybe go a little. There we go. All right, we'll make that burn. So we'll come down here. Right here. Don't you fight me. Great. There we go. There, let's warp to the burn. Let's do the goose study. We got 2 of them, so do that. Let's continue to warp to the burn point. Get the drill. Once I get to that point, we'll what's it doing? Okay, it's still warping us. Once we get to the 50, gets us a minute away, we'll warp to 10 seconds away. Make sure I'm still on the maneuver node, and I am. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so now I can warp to here. And I'm holding off on the material study because I know I haven't done one low over over the moon, so we'll burn that when we're over moon, so we get a little more than 37. There we go. We can do atmospheric study. We can do a temperature scan. We can do another goo. And well, looks like we can do a material, so we'll do it out here. 50 science. Okay, there we go. I can also come out here. Switcher. Slept late today, so I'm a little bit still waking up. Okay, let's do an EVA. Oops. Let's do an EVA. See if I can do an EVA here. Nope, already done it out here. Might as well take the data so I can do another crew report. Oh, I haven't even done a crew report. Let's try a crew report. Okay. Already done one out here, so let's go circularize. So we'll get up to here, which is 53. It's below 60, so it's low over the MUN. Just circularize it up here. Wait for the AP to want to swap sides with the other. Right there. And there we go. 50 by 53 at 5. Now I can make this a little more circular because I'm high on in front. I'm low in front of me, and I'm high behind me. So if I was to burn radial out, it'll swivel this orbit to the left here. Right, so like that. There we go. Now it's 54 by 52, a lot closer. I can make it better by coming back to there. There we go. 53 by 53. So there we go. Turn to the node. Let's turn our SAS back on. Oh man, I really gotta change the color of that blue. I cannot see it to save my ass. Okay, there we go. The node. Warp to the node. Zingy, 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 zingy. I can do another temperature scan. Why not? Temperature scan. Why not? Okay. Thank you. 15 seconds to the burn. Five seconds to the burn. Burn. Did a little bit. 59 by 53. Okay. We can turn retrograde and fix that even. Boy, oh boy. Pressing the X key and it wasn't doing anything. 53 by 50. Okay. Great. Being nitpicky here. There we go. Close enough. We're in a nice polar orbit. So now I have a thing called shoot, what is it called? Science alert. And why is Curable black. Oh, because I don't have a curable controller on it, so I can't see it. But this is a mod called Science Alert, and so every time I'm over a biome that I can collect science from, it'll automatically alert me. This is kind of a feature that's already in KSP 2, and I really believe it should be in this one, because not only can't you tell what biome you're over unless you EVA and then see what biome you're over, it takes forever because you don't know where the new biomes are. So I added this mod, and I think it's a proper and appropriate mod. What spaceship would not be able to know what biome it's over as it passes over the biome? It's just dumbness. Okay, so let's just start warping here. And there we go. Add a new BIOS. Pop back out. EVA. EVA. EVA report. We are over the lowlands. Save it. I have a little document that I created here to keep track of the biomes I'm over. So we just got over lowlands. This was from an earlier run, so I'm just going to delete all of these. And I'm going to put lowlands in. This was when I was over Venice. Back here. Get back in my ship. Warp to the next biome. There we go. Over the poles. I'll add that to my list over here. Poles. Get back in the ship. I can't do an EVA science experiment because I haven't collected the kit to do that yet. But I wish I had. It's nice fat 50 science right there. Okay, warp to the next biome. Oop, I warped through it. My bad. And where am I at? Means polar lowlands. We'll grab that. Lands. Okay. Updated my little table there so I know which biomes I've already been over. Forward. F5 here, because sometimes if you try to EVA too quickly and you're still warping, the ship will blow up. So I do this just in case, so I don't lose all the biomes we've already collected. Set it right there so it stays in front of us. And I can bring my OBS window back up. Okay, so warp to the next biome. Biome. About Midland Craters. Grab that. Over here. Add that to our table. Good enough. Here, put them back in the ship. Back in the ship. Bring OBS back up. Let me see if I can fix this a little bit. Okay, let's warp to the next biome. There we are. Burn. Total crater. Yeah. Crater. Go on back in here. Get back on the ship, you. Move to the next biome. There we go. Get 24 signs for each of these. This is twin craters. Twin craters. Not the twin craters, just the twin craters. More. So we can see, yeah, there's a crater right here, but I'm right on the Terminator now, so it's hard to see. Let's warp again. Oh, so close. Okay. It's far side crater. Got that. Side crater. Board. Let's turn sets on to stop the rotation going on here. Warp again. New biome. Pop out. Over the canyons. Grab that. Canyons. Speed up our warp a little bit here. Okay, there's an EVA. Far side basin. Basin. Here, board. Side. Side. Another EVA. Island craters. Craters. Here. I've already got some of these biomes, so if I make it all the way back around to here, I know I've got all the biomes. This is East Crater, so we'll take East Crater. Crater. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There should be 6 more left. Wow. Because I think there's 17. Northeast Basin. Far East Crater. Not the Dar East Crater, the Far East Crater. Northwest Crater. Anyone? Southwest Crater. Crater. Get close to the end here, guys. Okay, there's only 2 left, and I think I've already got those, but we'll wait until, you know, all the way around to whatever that crater was. I'll know it when I see it. Oh, we just had a little eclipse there. It's coming up now. Once we make it to this crater, we know we've pretty much covered the entire planet, or moon. Polar orbits are generally used for mapping. For this reason, I'll pass over every biome on the planet eventually. Okay, so we're going to call that. Oops, let's come back in here so I can de-warp. There we go. And let's see what we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I must have gotten 2 biomes when I passed by here in an earlier flight. So we now should have a good amount of science. Let's come on here and verify it. Do something here. Let's EVA. And just to be safe, let's take the data out of here. Let's take the data out of here. Let's take the data out of here. Just in case I can do a crew report, let's take all the data out of the ship. Let's take the data from there. Let's take the data from here. Make sure there's no more data yet. Oh, can't do that on EVA from with the pilot. So let's board. Now let's see if I can. Oh, I got 2. I forgot to take those 2 off as well. Doggone it. I don't know. Can I log pressure data over here? Select all. EVA again. Getting a little confused on what I got there. Let's see. Make sure we've got all the data out of here. Log pressure data. Oh, there's having 2 sets pays off. I get to get 2 sets of data, I guess. Okay. Oh, I guess I don't get to have 2. It was already collected, so when I tried to get the second batch, it yelled at me. It's cheating. You're a cheater. Don't be a cheater. Okay, I have to leave these open, but I've collected all the signs from everything, so let's go back home. Now to get back home, the one bad thing about a polar orbit is the moon is moving this way from left to right, counterclockwise, and I want to exit in the opposite direction, but in this polar orbit that will only happen 2 times, and that's when this is aligned with that. So I'm gonna just warp time here. See, so I gotta wait for this to come all the way around. But thankfully we don't have life support enabled, so I don't have to worry about running out of consumables like oxygen and food. Okay, there I am now. If I do an exit burn over here, actually over here, burn prograde. Okay. So you see I'm kind of exiting down here, so I'm going to grab the whole maneuver node and I'm going to swing it up to there. It's past, but I know I'm going to have to burn some more, and it's going to want to swing away when I do that. So if I pin that, right, and then I burn some more prograde. You see that PE will start to come down. And then once again, grab this and drag it up. I'm going to focus Kerbin, so I can see from over here. Burn more prograde. And I want this to be at about 45 kilometers. 35 kilometers, I'm sorry. And that will deorbit me through aero braking. Okay, a little bit more. $34 is good enough. There we go, close to 35. Okay, so turn to the node. Warp to the node. And that's going to take 260 delta V to get back to Earth. Okay. There's Kerbin. Three, two, one, burn. It should be close. We'll fix it once we get into. So we're gonna exit the moon's orbit over here, and once we get into this plane, we'll adjust things again. So I can warp up to here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is correct this inclination. So I want to pitch down here. So I'm going to turn anti-normal. This should be off. My fingers were off by one. Anti-normal is the purple triangle with the tick marks on it. And when I burn, you'll see the inclination starts to change. That's pretty close. Now, let's see where our periapsis is. Crept back up, so let's go retrograde. We want 35. Close enough. Okay. F5 for safety. Let's warp to here. Alrighty. Back to the ship. In preparation for landing, I'm going to ditch the service stage. But first I have to take it out and try to stay retrograde. And it doesn't matter if I jettison it pointing anti-normal like I am now, or if I flip normal, I'd be pointing this way, north. This is south. So we'll get rid of it. Then turn retrograde. Now we jettisoned it normal for two reasons. First of all, it takes a lot of energy to change your inclination. So by jettisoning it normal, I'm not going to change the periapsis that I set. And the other reason is we don't want to accidentally run into it, so it's not going to be able to run back into us. So we'll go retrograde there, and if I come back out to map mode, you'll see I'm still at 35 kilometers, so I didn't change my periapsis. So now we can zoom back in. We're going that way. Warp on in. I don't think I want to do an EV report. I could probably pop out and in, but for 7 points, I'm not going to risk it. Okay. Every time I try to do this with the science bay attached, the science bay always blows up. So that's why I put it on the other side of the heat shield and just made sure I took the data out of it before coming back. That was pieces of the service bay exploding near us. That was what that explosion was. When I get to around 1100, you see the heating effects come off, so I'm out of plasma blockout now. And when I get to about 3,000 meters, I'll pop the parachute. That's the equivalent of about 10,000 feet. On 5,000 meters. Meters. Yeah. So. There's about an 8% chance that you're going to land over mountains when you deorbit this way because of the distribution of water and land and mountains on the planet. So sometimes you'll get, 8% of the time you might end up coming in over mountains, which is, now it's a flip of the coin if you land on too steep of a face or not, and tumble down and blow up. So that's how to get to orbit again, how to get to the moon again, how to make a polar orbit over the moon, how to collect EVA science from all the biomes over the moon. I don't think there's anything to collect here, so we'll just in case. Nope, already got one, so let's return. See how much science we got. So that was about 50 minutes to get to the moon and get all the science. And 741 me science. Let's go in here. Small engines are good for probes, so we'll grab that. Start picking up some of the airplane parts. Let's see what else I got before we do that, though. Moon lander parts, and this is storage technology. It's for a mod that I've added, so we're not going to bother with that. Right. So now we need to get into these. Which is this? I'll grab the airplane parts just to finish out the whole rank of. So we're up to rank 5. And all we've had to do is get to the moon and the Minmus and collect the EVA signs over each. And that gets us all the way through to rank 5 of the tree. So let's go back out here. Let's get some more cash. Pick up our dropped parts. 581, what do I need? Oops, I don't want to go in here. What do I need? I need 451, so yeah, definitely we'll do that. So now I can collect surface samples when I start landing on the moon and Minmus. And the last upgrade just allows us to get unlimited science. There's another limit tier, I guess. Yeah, so I have to have 5. I have to have that upgrade one more time to get to this tier. So, but I can get through 2 more tiers now. And while I'm here, let's see what we can get. Oh, Harrier. Mainsail for sure. Separaton small engines. Let's go and see what we got down here. Don't need any major heat management. Extendable panels would be nice. Advanced landing, better ladders. 160 for better landing. I only have enough for 1 more of these, so let's be frugal here. Bigger tanks. Separatons are nice, but I can get around them. It's not a big deal. Larger tank. Rockomax, yeah, we'll go with the tanks. And that's all we can get now. So, all right, let's go to the here. See, I've got 6 of 7. So, in available, explore the moon. So now we've got enough to do a landing on the moon. But let's do these rescues here. Yeah, let's do these. I'll clear out all these rescues. Got quite a few now. And this will demonstrate how to rendezvous. So. Rescue around Kerbin. 2 rescues around Minmus. Okay, let's build a ship that can do rescue 2 people. Actually 3 people. We'll rescue the guy around Kerbin, and then we'll fly out to Minmus and we'll rescue the 2 that are out there and then come back. So we'll do it all in one mission. So for that, I need something that can hold at least 4 people if I don't want to fly it out with a probe. So let's see, do I have the lander can? Here it is, hitchhiker lander can. So I put that out. I got 4 gerbils right now. here. Actually, let's do it this way. Do I have a... Oh, that's gonna be way overkill. Way overkill. Let's go. We have one smaller than that. That's it. For an engine, on these 2.5 meter parts, the best engine for vacuum is the Poodle. Okay, that's. I want to give myself a lot of delta V because I'm going to have to rendezvous 3 times. So it may actually be worth putting. Take 2 of these on here. This is 5,000 delta V. Yeah, that's way overkill, but that's good. I want overkill. So let's deal with power. Oop, 8's fine. I got lots of cash. I don't have lots of cash. I do. I already upgraded the science center, so I've got more cash now. And batteries. Wait a second. Wait a hot second here. More batteries. That's good. Let's put them up here. And to just bring this part back. Put a heat shield on, shall we? Heat shield. That's what's coming back. And we'll need to put some parachutes on that, shall we? Air parachutes. This is his way. Tons. It's at least. It's gonna be need more than 2. Let's start out with 2. This is why I add real chute if I click on this now, I can set its descent velocity. I want to set it by altitude. I want to set it to deploy at 3,000, and I'm shooting for 6 meters per second. Apply to all its symmetry. The application succeeded. So these two shoots should be enough to bring me down at 6 meters per second. Okay, so that's another mod to look into. Real shoot. Okay, so now I can put the decoupler back on. That back on. So there we go. And I gotta fix some staging here. We need to go down there. Okay, so I've got 2,500 delta V with this setup. Let's do some math. Let's say I'm going to use 200 delta V rescuing the guy over Kerbin. 200, say 1,000 to get to Minmus. That's 100. Capture it, Minmus is call it 200, so that's 1,400, and then 200 to get home from Minmus, so that's 1,600. So I should have plenty of delta V. Now I gotta get this whole thing to orbit, which is why I'm glad I just got the my brain's not working, sorry. That's why I got the mainsail engine. So let's see here. Decoupler 2.5. Tank. I know they want at least a Jumbo 64. Let's test it right now with the Jumbo 64 and a mainsail. Okay. So I get 2x delta V. Shift this, pull it up. Let's add another Jumbo 64 and see where we're at. Still 1.4 delta V, and now we got 2697. So I only need another like 500 delta V. So let's go here. So I'm already at 2x, so let's put it up here. Let's see what a pair of boosters will do. Big old boosters. I don't need that big of boosters. Let's see what 2 thumpers will do. Well, that gets us to 31. That's pretty close. Next up from the thumpers would be, it can't possibly be right. That's 1,800. 250. These would be the next step up from the boosters, the thumpers. That's 32, so it gets us a little bit better. Do that. So now I'm going to press the 2 key, and we're going to pull these down. I'm taking for the whole things up. So they're just below the core engine bell. Let's nose cones on. And because there's such a big distance from the decouplers, I'm going to add some struts. see it. Oh, it is there. Okay. Didn't see it. Ag. Okay, that looks symmetric. Yeah. Let's check out. Where is it? Way above? Right up here? Yes, it is. See? That's really bad. So if this thing starts to go to the right, it's going to keep going to the right. If it goes to the left, it's going to keep going to the left. Because this lever arm is what's controlling the how the ship rolls around. Hey, how's it going? I didn't see you there. How you doing? So I need to get the center of lift behind the center of gravity. To do that, that's what fins are for. So out here, grab some fins. These are my favorites. Little full away. Stick them on and see what happens. It pulls the center of lift behind the center of gravity. So now if the ship starts to go this way, force will be on the fins on this side and it'll make it want to go back to the left. And just the same, if it wants to go to the left, these fins will be in the slipstream and it'll want to pull it back to the right. So that's what fins are for. What I often see people just learning to play ASP, KSP do is, oh, fins look really cool way up here. And that's really bad. You know, even if they put it on the second stage somewhere, the purpose is to keep the thing going, the ship going straight up. It's fighting me. And in fact, you want to have them back as far as possible. This is nonsense. So to do that, I can press the 2 key and click a fin here. Pull back even farther to get the next one. KSP has super uber connections, so you can have barely any fin attached to the ship and it won't break off. Okay, so I can turn that off. One last check here. I got 600 plus that. That's going to get me close to 3,400. I can steal a little bit of thrust out of that. Last thing is let's put some launch clamps on. 2, 8. Nice and centered. Another stage, pull that into there. That lets the engine spool up. Now I don't have enough delta V, so I'm going to have to also put my chorus stage down here. I can put these 2 stages together and delete that. Now make a new one. Let's try deleting it. There we go. Now staging is correct. I'll just throw it down when I launch. 8.4 on launch, and that's with this guy max. So that looks good. Let's call this Rescue 2. Four-man Rescue 2. It's the first four-man. Save it. And let's see what we can do. Look. The launch pad can't support heavier than Dagaga. Oh, ragged agates. How much do I have? And I'm sure I don't have enough. Let's go out here. See. I might have to pick up some missions to get some cash to upgrade the VAB. Was it the VAB? Was it the, was it this guy? 62? Yeah, I don't think it was parts. I think it was this. I need 262, and I've got 222. Let's see if I can get some advances here. I've got them maxed out, so I can't get advances. Bugger. Well, we might have to revise our plan here. Anybody still in chat? Looking at this, I don't see any way I can get the weight down. I'm only 17 tons over. What a shame. Okay. Well, we'll have a 4-man rescue ship available, and we'll just have to create a new one to rescue. I wonder. Let's take a different approach here. Let's take the 2-man, and underneath the 2-man, let's get the 1-man. Underneath it, it's so risky. I don't know if it fully covers this guy. Shoot, we need you. Kind of a Mercury looking, or Gemini looking craft. Carrier. Like that style. I swore I could change. Oh, there's right. Change it so I got that style. I like that style better. That style. And what is this going to get me? This is going to be 2011, so not quite as much as I was getting with the other guy. Still trying to get out to Minmus. Let's see, and my TWR's coming way up too. That's okay. Oops, tanks. Let's go to couplers. madness takes us here. Can't possibly be right. Oh, that's because the staging is screwed up. Oh, it's counting this as a stage plus this as a stage. So the total now is 3,700 delta V. 3,700 delta V. $3,700 delta V. $3,700 delta V. And what did we come up with before? That should be enough to do both all the recoveries. Let's give it a shot. Be a bobcat. Way shy of where I need to be. Oh, that's way overkill. No. That's not overkill. Wow, this thing is really borking the staging up fiercely. like way overkill, but it looks cool, so we'll go with it. And I don't want to take an hour building the ship, so let's go aerodynamics, I guess. Gotta be one in here somewhere that fits. There isn't. That's really bad. So no problem, we can still make it fit. We'll go to here. We'll get an adapter. Big. There we go. And on top of that adapter. Now we should have a nice cone that'll fit. Beautiful. Just like it was supposed to do. Let's take these and move them down. And take these and move them up. Alright, that's good. Take this whole ship. Pick the ship up as I'm wrong. Pick it up. These, put them down here. Just so they look a little neater. Okay, so doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. Why is that so far down here? Put you up here just for now. We're gonna take you and put you in the same stage. Where are these at? These are okay, that's good, that's fine. Okay, now these go. And then this. What is this? Oh, these have a really? They have a decouple display staging. No, just turn that off. Okay. Okay, so these guys fire, then those get blown off, then these guys fire, then those guys get blown off, then that guy. Okay, so the staging is correct. And launch clamps. All this free man. Rescue. And since it's 3-man, I gotta add another stage up here somehow. How can I do that? It's gotta be under here. Under that, leave the, no, I don't want the decoupler, I just want, can I get you? Just you? Thank you. Does have to be below that. To this, go to this. I do. Open you. Inside of you, I need to put a probe core. That I need to put shield. So now I can fly without any crew. bit of a groove to put it in. So now I truly have space for 3 people. Save it. Let's see. We're still good here now. Well below the mass. Well below the parts. So there we go. Alright, make sure I saved it. Staging one last look. Uh-oh, something's not right. There we go. Save and launch. Actually, since I've got weight left, I'm going to throw some lights on. So we'll go back in. Plus, I didn't check the thrust away at launch. Actually, I don't need to. I can throttle the engine back. Save. Revert vehicle assembly. Take these off, and before I do anything else, yep, gotta fix that. See, it's just barely below. So, could have some control issues here. Save that. Up here. There, make them white. Four more white ones down here. It's 2 and put 2 here. Two here. Two there. Okay, now our ship will have lights. Help us see it in the dark. And I didn't put any electrical on this either. Really screwed up. Let's go with I could only put them there. Okay. That takes care of lights now. I need electrical, so let's go down here. Pop this open. Four in here. 6 in here. Close this. Onto here. Take these and put them like this. So that I can take panels, put 4 like that. Now let's launch. Okay, seeing the pilot's prayer. Dear Lord, don't let me screw up. Oops. One more time. I forgot to attach the launch clamps. Okay, save that. And launch. Be sure to it didn't put any pilots in, because it always tries to sneak pilots in on you, and then you get to where you need to go, and you find out you don't have space to put anybody. And it's made me so upset at times. I've actually taken the pilot it put in without my permission and sent him out into space, and just left him there. Okay, lights on. SAS on. Throttle full. Right cameras checked. 3, 2, 1, space. Roll program. Throttle way back. For 60 degrees at 10K. A little bit early. Degrees at 20. Booster set. Even on my timed apoapsis. I want to keep the time to apoapsis between 50 and a minute, 50 seconds and a minute. been perfect so far. Time to apoapsis hasn't started to fall back, so that's good. Eventually that will start to climb, as it is now, so I can reduce throttle. Still climbing, so I can reduce throttle a little more. The idea here is I don't want to raise my apoapsis too quickly. I want to start pushing the orbit out from the sides. Right? I want to start stretching the orbit around the planet. So I can come way back now on the throttle. I'm going to go back to there. Just stay on the horizon. And as this gets closer to 2,300 meters per second, you'll see the apoapsis will start to push up very quickly. So it'll get to 80, and when it gets to 80, see, I'm stretching the orbit out rather than making my apoapsis go spike up real high. All right. There's 70, 72. Gets to 8, I'll stop it. Okay, and you see my orbital velocity is getting close to 2,300. So now, because I did that type of ascent, I can make my maneuver node here, and you'll see it won't take much to circularize. Right there. Right there. So there's 80 by 80. And it's only going to take me 84 delta V. Sorry, yeah, 84 delta V to circularize. So we'll steal it from this stage up here rather than leave this in orbit. Okay. So now we've got 1,500 in these two plus this guy. I did, okay. I wanted to make sure I put fuel lines on. So now, let's see where our first guy we need to rescue is. Oh wait, let's actually make this burn, shall we? Turn to the maneuver node. Right there. Warp to it. Won't let me warp over 3 because I'm still below 7K, I guess. No, it should let me warp faster than that. No, I'm a minute away, so it stopped warping anyway, so I can time warp to get 10 seconds away. Okay, 10 seconds from the burn. 5, 3, 1, burn. The maneuver node's getting a little away from me, so I'm going to stop burning and then start burning again. Stop burning! Oh my god. My finger was on this wrong button. It's okay, we'll turn retrograde and fix it. Because we're way too high here now. Oh, I want to rendezvous with him, so I want to get above him anyway. Okay, so that was... See, my target is at 80,000, so I'm going to go up to 140,000. Push that out to 140,000. I'm going to circularize out here. So we'll work to here. Turn prograde. I don't need to put a maneuver node down. See, this is 144 and this is 138, so I can raise the orbit on this side of me if I lower the orbit on this side of me, which is what I will do if I burn radial in. Right? So radial in is pointing straight at the planet. You can see I'm pointing straight at the planet. So now when I burn, this is gonna come down and that's gonna go up. Doesn't do any good to go past here, but now I'm 141 by 141. So there we go. That's perfect. And now you see I have a concentric orbit around my target. And the next thing I want to do is make him my target. And I want to make our planes aligned. So I'm in the same plane as him all the way around. And so what I'm looking for is this. These are the descending node. The line between here and here, imagine if you had two disk plates passing through each other. It would form a line, right, that goes straight through here. In orbital mechanics, that's called the line of nodes. And this is the descending node. That's where my paper plate's going from the top to below the targets. And ascending node is the opposite. I'm coming from below his plane and passing up above it. So what I can do is make a maneuver node out here on that descending node, because that's the one I'm going to get to first. I can click to pin the node so I see it, right? And I have to go up 1.2 degrees. So if I come here and I pull up on this purple handle, you see it starts coming up, and when it gets to the point where it wants to flip, I'm at 0. So now I'm aligned with his plane. So to make that burn, we're going to go over here towards normal. That's the purple triangle. Right there. We're going to warp to it. It's a 7-second burn, so I can go full thrust. Two seconds. Burn. Okay, that should be pretty close. Close it, see what we got. There we go, 0. So we're now in the same plane as him. Now the next thing we have to do is get it the right phase angle. That's the angle between my ship and his ship. The absolute roughest calculation is 90 degrees. So if you come up here and you come down here, right, I want him to be here in relation to me. I actually like him to be, or if I put the lower ship at 6 o'clock, I want to be right here out in front of him. Right? And so to do that, we have to work. What we're doing is a Holman transfer, and it's very efficient, but it can be fairly slow. As an example, I always give the to get to the orbit on the way up to the ISS takes 8 minutes. To actually get to the right phase angle and transfer up to the ISS takes 3 days. So, counter blessing that we have warp. He's below me, so I've got to let him catch up to me. So I'm going to warp until he catches up to me. Okay, so now if I put him at the 6 o'clock position, right? Like I said, anywhere in this arc is good, so he's inside that arc. So I'll make a maneuver node here, and I'll pull it down until it passes through his orbit. When that happens, you'll see 2 close approach markers pop up. See? There's a peach pair and a plum pair. And if I grab the whole maneuver node now and I slide it, it'll start to pull those peach ones together and the plum ones together as well. Right? When I get out here, I'm going to pin that so I can see how far I'm going to be away from him. Grab the maneuver node again. Keep dragging them together. Right, as they come together, I grab the wrong one. So, yeah, Serena, yeah, I gotta unpick her. What I picked. Well, we'll just pin that one. So I'm 4 kilometers away now. Go back to my maneuver node here. 6, go the other way. 3, 2, 1. There, 300 meters away, which is fine. So let's make that burn. Go up here. Go to the maneuver node. Warp up to the maneuver node. So, rendezvous. First, get in a concentric orbit. Second, get in the same plane. Third, look for the phase angle to transfer. Make the transfer. That's how to get to rendezvous. So, still on the maneuver node, which is good. Let's warp up to 10 seconds away. Five seconds away. And burning. Let's see where we ended up. 400 meters apart. That's great. So now I'm going to warp up to here. And this should change from orbit to target. There we go. So now it's showing me my relative velocity to the target. Right. So I can come up here. Can I turn? Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to warp up to here. Get in a little closer. Now if I go to map mode, you can see, and if I switch to, or turn to retrograde, there you go. Now my engine bell is pointing straight at him. So I'm going to warp in a little closer, get into like 3,000 kilometers. Okay. So from 3,000 kilometers away, I want to be about 30 meters per second. going to go below that because I can't see what he's at now because he's in the clouds and it's not visible to me anymore. Oh my god, I can't see him. Okay, still coming up to him. He's right on, should be right there. He is. He's right in the highest shine, and I can't. There he is. Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. Come over here. We're going to reduce our speed some more. So, add him in. 1/100th of his distance. 8,000 divided by 100 is 80. So I'm going at him at 80 kilometers. Stay pointing retrograde. Always press the warp button if you need to go faster. Okay, so let's okay, I don't see his retrograde marker here, so I'm going to reduce our closure rate to 0. Close to it. I'm going to point at him. Right, that should be an orange circle, dashed circle, right? And now you notice when I burned, it'll pull my prograde marker towards my bearing marker. So I'm going to come up here, give it a little windage. Okay, so now I'm going back at him at 1 meter per second. Since we're 300 meters apart, I can bump that up to 3 meters. Okay. Now I'll flip back over to retrograde. Now you can see my retrograde marker is right on top of his retrograde marker, so we're moving pretty much straight at each other now. So I'll just get within 50 meters and we'll EVA him over to the ship. This process, getting to the ISS, goes through like 3 stages. They take like hours to get where we're doing right now. There we are. We're at station keeping. So I'm going to turn my docking port up towards him. Okay, like that. I'm going to go to the ship, and I'm going to rename this ship to Junk. Call it Junk, so I can hide it, and I'll make it a debris. And we'll say save that. Then we can EVA our guy here. U to turn on his lamp, let go. R to turn on the jetpack. And then scooch over. What did I get, by the way? We got an engineer. Good. Engineers and scientists are basically what you want. Pilots, once you get probe cores, as you can see, you don't really need. We'll put her, looks like, down into the to the LEM. Okay, first person rescued, and we got what left? Ooh, only 1184. Oh wait, that's 1184 in this tank. What's my total Delta V left? It's not reporting properly. Okay, yeah, we've got a total of 3,053. That's plenty to go rescue our two Minmus guys. So let's go take a look and see where they're at. Do 3 missions in 1 stone here. Instead of the target, let's focus it for a minute. Let's see our guys. So we got one guy there and one guy there. So we'll come in, we'll rescue this guy in the outer orbit, and then we'll come down and we'll rescue this guy, and then we'll return. So this is the guy I'm going to want to target. Okay, so now go back to here. Oh, sorry. A tilde key. Come back to my ship. Right. And it's getting to Minmus is similar to getting to the moon, but we have one additional burn to correct for our inclination. Minmus is tipped 6 degrees, so here's 3 o'clock. We'll make the same kind of 4 o'clock burn until we get reach the height of Minmus. Right, we're shooting to be about 45 degrees in front of Minmus because that's where Minmus will be when we are there. So we're going to push this up. Until it's that height. And you can see now I'm going to come in, but I'm way below Minmus. So I need to make another burn on the way out to Minmus, and I need to pull it up until it's in the same, and I've gone past a little bit so I can take some out here. You see now it's showing me I've got an intercept. So if I come back to Minmus, and I say, boy oh boy, I hate when that thing pops up. God damn it. You need to make some better system than trying to click on something. This is like trying to, as my father would say, this is like trying to pick fly shit out of pepper. I can't. It won't let me pick it just so I can focus on it. God damn it. I'm sorry for swearing, but this is just maddeningly frustrating. Let me click on the goddamn moon. Thank you. Jesus H. Christ. Okay, so you see where it's way high. So we're going to take this and we're going to pull this down. Right. And we're going to pull it back out. Out, down, right? We want to pass through, so we're in this guy's orbit. So we're going to come down a little more, right there. And we got to come back a little bit more, right there. And then we got to come up a little bit more. Right about there. That's going to get us tangent, and then we'll get in the same orbit as him. But I don't want to be in exactly his orbit. I just realized that. I want to be concentric outside of his orbit. So let's pull back a little bit more. Go away. You're in my way. You're in my way. Okay, so That's more than enough separation. Okay. Wait. So, that's going to be good enough. I can correct it once we're out there. So, alright, let's make that burn. Turn to the node. Warp up to the node. And this is the first burn. This is the burn to get us to the point where we can make that next burn. Right? Five seconds to the burn. Started the burn too soon. I thought it was at 0, and now it's telling me. What's going on here? I'm just gonna save this. At least I can salvage it from this point. Yeah, that's it. Keeping my fingers crossed. Or as Mog would say, pray to God. Ended up not too bad. And again.
That's not scary. We'll tell you what.
That's the view. Let's find this guy again. Set it back as our target. Something's whacked out of hell here. I don't have any intercept. That's really bizarre. Let's delete this. Delete it. Oh, I see what happened. See, I'm still not out far enough, so let's go prograde. now let's put another maneuver node down here. Pull us up. Hopefully we'll get an intercept, and we do. Intercept, and I back a little bit. Down here. We see we got that intercept again, so now I can, to get it in his plane, I gotta pull it down. And then I gotta pull it out. And a little bit down a little bit more. Oh, just a smidge more. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. Ah. There we go. It's pretty good. I can correct that. It's only going to cost me 35 Delta V, so what now? So now let's go to it. Okay. Turn to it. Turn to it, warp up to it. Four-second burn. Let's see, I'm warping here. 50 seconds from the burn. Okay. 3, 2, 1, burn. Back on the maneuver node. Okay. Gonna need a little bit of an adjustment, so I'm just gonna stop here. Blink. So I'm gonna turn normal. Make these burns manually to get it back closer. Want it to come up a little. Like that. Call that good enough. So now I can warp to here. Okay, coming up on 2 hours, so after we do this recovery, I'll probably call it. I want to try to keep the streams in 3-hour clips at most. So I'm in here. So let's make a maneuver node there. Maneuver node here. Why is it not letting me make? Because everything's on top of everything else, so make a maneuver node here. What's going on? Oh, don't tell me I didn't put an antenna on. Oh my god. I have no comms. No signal. All the way back home. For one single mistake, we have to start all over again. Have to have an antenna. I'm going to put a checklist and tape it to my other monitor. Always put an antenna on. Always put electricity on. Okay, I think what we're going to do in the remainder of this stream is we're going to re-rendezvous with the Kerbal stranded over Kerbin, and then if we have time, we'll get out to Minmus, and then we'll probably cut the stream, and in the next stream, we'll rescue the other 2 Kerbals and come back to Kerbin, because I don't want to make the stream go beyond 3 hours. Okay. Lights, SAS, full throttle, V, 3, 2, 1 space. Roll program. For 60 degrees at 10,000 meters. Throttling back a little bit as we're going through the area of maximum dynamic pressure. 45 degrees at about 2,000 meters. We're back up on the throttle now. Good. Now I'm kind of focused on my time to apoapsis. I want to keep it at least 52 minutes, 50 seconds to a minute. Booster set. Pitched over a little bit more. It should have been more like 30 degrees up here when I was at 20 here. So I'm pitching up to correct that. Losing a lot of thrust to what's called steering losses right now, since I'm not on my prograde marker. Okay, and because of the fact that I was way too low when I pitched over, I'm now turning into a flaming meteor. We can still salvage this. Really wasting a lot of energy here, pushing against atmosphere. I'm at 50K, 60K here, so I'm pitching back down towards prograde, towards the horizon. Fortunately, nothing has started to heat up, but we did burn a lot of delta V. And like before, we're going up to 140 kilometers. So we're above the target. It's 120, 30, 40, okay, 40. So let's see what we ended up with here. We're very close to orbital velocity, so it shouldn't take much to circularize, which is good. Pick our AP right there. Until AP and PE swap sides. Right there. 140 delta V. So last time we only needed 70. Okay, what is this? 140 by call it 140, close enough. So let's turn to the maneuver node. It's the maneuver node, please. I'm just gonna do this first off. I'm gonna go back here, don't, and I'm gonna stay here. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna go back out to here. I'm gonna delete this node and recreate it. Okay, 138 by 142, so I can raise this and lower this by burning radial out. 140 by 139. There we go. 140 by almost 140, so that's perfect. So now let's make this burn. I think I saw the arrow down here somewhere. There it is. Okay, we're on the node. Warp up to the node. Up to 10 seconds before the burn. Okay. Oop, start the burn. Just leaving it to stick there. By 140. That's good enough. I can go prorate and fix that a little bit. Alright, and he's actually already at the right phase angle, but I gotta get him in the same orbital plane. That's the important thing, so I gotta make him my target. And we're half a degree off. as I described in the earlier approach, we want him to be right where he is. If I put the ship in the lower orbit at 6 o'clock, I'm straight across from him. So we're going to have to make 2 adjustments because I don't want to have to wait for him to catch up to me again. So I'm going to reduce my orbit until I get the 2 close approach markers right there. Then I'm going to take the full maneuver node. Another thing that they've made too difficult in the game. I'm going to get it to there. Right, and see what our separation is. It's 2 kilometers right in there. So I'm going to take this, and I think if I pull this up, that will start getting us closer together. No farther apart, push it down. And there we go. 300 meters apart. Okay, it's going to take me 60 meters per second. I'll turn to the maneuver node, which is the blue arrow I see down here. On the maneuver node, and I'll warp to the maneuver node. Seven seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. That's the node. There it is. I can see you. Close enough. Let's see where we ended up. Okay, 700 meters away, that's fine. Now we're going to warp up to here. This will change from orbit to target. Now this is telling me my closure velocity between, I'm moving towards them at 148 meters per second. So I can probably afford to warp to here. Okay, go back out to map mode, and if I turn to target retrograde, the back of my ship will be pointing, my engine bell will be pointing directly at him. So, where am I? Where's my ship? Alright, well, for some reason it's not showing my ship. It's okay though. We'll just keep warping in toward him till we get to about 3 kilometers. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to reduce our closure velocity to 30. Actually, we're going to reduce it to 10 because we're really blazing in at him here. Okay, come back out, see why we are blazing at him so fast. Are we in some kind of warp? No. Ah, now I can see the ship at least, so. Once again, good. Target relative here. And since I don't see his target vector on here, I'm going to get as close as I can, and I'm just going to reduce our velocities to near 0. And then I'm going to drive towards him and get going towards him again. In fact, I could do that now. So reduce our closure to 0 or close to it. So now I'll come over here. And when I burn prograde, it'll pull my prograde marker towards my bearing marker. His prograde marker is there, so we'll be heading straight towards him. Okay, I can get down here to pull it faster. Close enough. Now I'll flip back over to this side. Now I'm heading pretty much with my tail straight towards him. When you burn on the retrograde side, your retrograde marker gets pushed away from your prograde marker, like that. Okay. I have no idea what just happened there. Now I have to drop to 0 again because I'm getting too far. I don't think it took a key press. Back to 0 again, and I just did something bad. Yeah, now I'm moving. Now I gotta find this prograde vector again. Get on it. Okay, now I'm moving at him. I'm gonna bring this up to 4 meters per second. Okay, now I can flip back over to the retrograde side. I can push that retrograde marker on top of his. Like that. Now I'm moving right at him at 2.8 meters per second. Go back where we want it to be. So we'll get within 50 meters and then we'll transfer him over. And then we'll go get the guys in minutes. Time? A half hour. Might have enough time to get over to Minimus. So we had 2 examples of why is it not? Don't want it. Why do I have no? Oh, I warped. That's the danger of warping, boys and girls. Let's get this back to 0. Point at him again. Here. He didn't go past me very much, so. Okay. Just being wasteful on fuel here. Just a little. Right. Once again, once he's at 50, we'll zero our velocities out. Okay, 60 meters. 50 meters. There we go. Station holding 40 meters away. Tip our cabin up so it points towards him. switch over. Go to command, rename the vessel to junk. Change it to debris, accept that, into here. EVA. What are we gonna get this time? Get an engineer, that's good. Turn on his headlamp. Let go. R for RCS, find my ship. Fly him over. We'll put him in the command module, or the lunar module. Okay, then on board. So we've got him recovered. F5 for safety. We have over 3,000 Delta V remaining, so that's plenty to go rescue our Minmus guys. So come out. What do we got on time? 2.5 hours. I think we can keep this in 3 hours and get out to Minmus, so let's do that. Let's target Minmus. Put it up at 12 o'clock. Back in here. Here's 3 o'clock. Here's 4 o'clock. Pull that out. So we get the same orbital height as Minmus. Looking at it from this angle. Okay, that's Minmus's orbital height. Now to actually get an intercept, I need to change my inclination. So we'll make another node out here called a mid-course correction. And we'll pull this up until we get an intercept. Let's see what that gets us. Let's go find Minmus. There it is. Focus it, see where we're at. So we'd be coming in there. So on our mid-course correction, we want to pull up, and we want to pull back, because we want to be, we're going to rescue the outer guy first. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Up a little bit more. Down just a smidge. There we go. Right? And we'll fix it later. We want to get a concentric orbit out here. So while I'm here, he's now my target. Okay, go back to my ship here for a second. Okay, so that's correct. So let's make this first burn by pointing to the maneuver node. On the maneuver node, so let's warp to it. Okay, 10 seconds before the burn. 5 seconds. Burn. loads up. If there's anybody in chat, I hope you're doing well today. We're just to give you an idea, we're going out to rescue a pair of Kerbals that are trapped around Minmus right now. We're doing 3 rescue missions in one. We just completed the rendezvous and rescue of the first person, which is Serena. She's an engineer. Pretty much a straight pro-raid burn at this point. Keep wrangling on top of that pro-raid vector. Which is completely invisible to me at this point. Check what we're getting here. Stop it right there. Get rid of it. See where we end up. Okay, so it's got to come out more. Go to this guy. And it's got to come out a little bit more. And it's got to come down a lot more. And it's got to come out a little more. Whoa, what did I do there? Let's see where it puts us on Minmus. Okay. Focusing Minmus, and we'll look at our mid-course correction burn here. You can see now it's got to come up. And it's got to come over this way. Whoa, Nelly, Nelly, Nelly. And it's got to come up more. And it's got to come over more. It can stand coming over a little more. Down just a smidge. It's too much of a smidge. Okay, we're going to call that good enough. We'll adjust it when we get out here. So let's make that mid-course burn. Blue arrows to the right. So to the right. There it is. Let's get into orbital mode, please. There we are. Okay, let's warp up to the node. To 10 seconds before the burn.
Favorite custom?
All right. Four seconds. back on the maneuver node. On the maneuver node. Right there. Oof. So I'm going to look on this edge on here. And so when I get right in here near this descending node, add a maneuver. Okay, what has happened? Alright. I'm just going to warp to here.
Service Arbom in the Aston station. Will be either.
Well, let's see. I'm going to make a maneuver node. And then drag it over here because all this other crap is on top of it. And the first thing I'm going to do is capture. A little over capture there. Capture. Change our inclination. Gotta bring this in a little more. A lot more. I'm going to pivot the orbit to the left. Nope. To the left, thank you. Bring this back in some more. Okay, I'm going to pin this. Where is the descending node where it can go to?
Service Arbom in the Aston
Needs to
station.
go pivoted to the this way a little bit. Okay. So descending node at quite a bit. So let's it's good, and we can fix that once we're in this orbit. So let's make this burn. I can't see that. I have to change the color of that blue marker. I can't see it. Is that in here? Yeah, it is. Let's get pretty much right on that. Right. It's like right bugger. The rebound sucks. You get right where you want it to be and you let go and then it goes back. And you gotta click it again, click it again, click it again. So let's warp to the burn point. It's gonna be a 22-second burn. Okay. 10 seconds to burn. You don't have to be afraid to stop and restart your engines. If you're playing like RP1 or something, engines only have so many times they can restart, so you have to be careful. Okay, so now let's fix our inclination. Oh no, I know what's going on here. Oh my god. You see, when I'm on his inclination here and I'm so close and it's saying he's at 179 degrees, that's because he's going clockwise and I'm going counterclockwise. Which way is he going? We might scrap this plan, because to get him, I'd have to do this. I'd have to do it twice, because I have to flip it back the other way to get him first. So here's what we're going to do. Change of plan. We're going to rescue him first. And if we have enough delta V left, we'll see if we can do the 180 degree inclination change. If not, well, we got two guys in one mission. So for that, just gonna burn retrograde. I'm not retrograde. What the hell am I doing? Keep forgetting my ship doesn't have automatic mind reading. It's okay. Fix it later. Good enough. Here. You never know. Now we'll fix our inclination and we'll plug in. Pivot. Rotate. So you can see how I'm shifting the robot up the orbit when I push that direction. Now I can look at our descending node here. That's 0. It's like 2 is as good as I'm gonna get. Why is the ascending and descending node not wanting to swap? Well, let's do that. Come back here, check our ascending node one more time. It's negative, so pull this up. What? -3, I think about as good as I'm gonna get since I'm not burning on the actual descending node. Oh yeah. Oh, that's way up here. Okay. That's about as good as I'm gonna get. So let's come over here. Get onto the maneuver node. Turn to the maneuver node. Now we're going to warp up to it. Warping to 10 seconds before the burn. Okay, preparing for the burn. 5 seconds. And we're burning. Okay, so maneuver node's getting away from us here, so we'll just stop, reposition, continue to burn. Okay, that's all that. See how close we ended up. Not letting me close it. I guess it's time to restart. Oh, no, it's not. The issue now is that I'm in the shadow of the moon, so I don't get control of my ship again until I come out on the side, which is okay. I can close it then. So I gotta get communications site again. There it is. I can turn on, show me connection lines. There we go. So now I can see my connection. And I now have the ability to close that. So I'm at 3 degrees, 0.3 degrees. Let's see how close we can get. So first of all, I got to get him in the right phase angle, which is behind me over here, since I'm higher than him. Remember, I said the ideal position is when he's at 6 o'clock, I'm here. Right, but really anything inside of like 80 degrees would be fine. So we can go a little faster. Okay, so that's a little bit too far, but we'll put a maneuver node out here, and I'll reduce my orbit until it passes through his. And we get these 2 close approach markers, and then you grab the maneuver node and you swivel it around. Oops, see, he got too close to me. So now I can't make a maneuver node. So let's just kill this. I could actually show you how to do it another way. We'll add a maneuver node and we'll bring my down till it just touches and goes through his right there. Right? Now, I can't really make the maneuver node. I can't pull this back to the point where it wants to be. I can't pull it back to get them close because then they go wonky. All right, see? So I can only get them about that close. But if I do a radial burn, come up here, see what our separation distance is. If I do a radial burn, see, it goes up. If I go radial the other way, it comes down. So I can burn radial until I get 300 meters away. The only thing I have to make sure of is my PE. To do that, my PE is going to have to get down to 3 kilometers. Now, there are peaks on the moon that are 10 kilometers, and this looks like it would be dangerous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 burns. Instead of that one, I'm going to go back up to about 2 kilometers so that I can get my PE higher. Here. Okay, let's save right here. Do this. that maneuver node. And we'll warp to that node and we'll make that burn. Warping to 10 seconds before the burn. Okay, get ready to make the burn. 7 seconds. 0, making the burn. So now we're going to be 1.6 kilometers away from him when we get up to him here. So what I'm going to try to do now, right out in front of me here, if I run prograde, it goes away. So I'm going to retrograde and bring him back. There's 700 meters separation right there, which is fine. Okay, so I'm going to have to kill off a lot of velocity now to match his velocity. So what did I do? I just burned retrograde a little bit, 3-point-something meters. So let's just do this manually. So we'll close this. Close this, turn retrograde. We'll burn and this should come down. Right. That's good. Now I'm going to warp to here. There we go. And I'm going to go retrograde. Look at him. Okay, there he is. He should be somewhere behind me. There he is, below me. I'm gonna reduce this a lot. I'm gonna zoom in a little more on him though. Now I'm gonna reduce that velocity quite a bit. So like 100 meters per second. Okay. And now that I've done that, if I come back out, you look, our velocities are, our orbits are getting a little closer together. Ooh, not really. Hold on your horses here. Hold on your horses. What I do is burn radially out because I want to swivel that orbit. I didn't want to reduce it. I wanted to swivel it. Let me see, that's what I wanted to do. Now we'll pin that again from where I'm at. Let's burn retrograde. Damn it. I always do that. I press the C key rather than the X key to stop burning. Let's get that back together again. There we go. So you can see I'm still 400 separation, but now I'm moving Now we're getting closer and closer. So if I come out here now and I turn retrograde, I'll be able to see him off of my back of my ship. It's prograde. There's retrograde. Target mode, and he should be right there. So if I look this way, I can see him right there. And I want to be going straight at him, so I want to push my retrograde marker on top of his, so I get this way, and it'll push away from my bearing indicator, like that. I did it again. I hit the C key. God damn it! I'm gonna pull that damn keycap off. Son of a bitch. Sorry to be so frustrated, but okay. I'm gonna pull him back onto the. Now I'm gonna pull his prograde marker on my prograde marker on top of his right there. So now I'm going back at him again, and we're on top of each other. And since I'm 1,000 meters away, I can actually be going at him at 1 meter per second. So I'm gonna come over on this side, or 10 meters per second. Okay, now I'm moving at him at 10 meters per second, so he's 100 seconds away. If you always keep a 10 second, 1/10 of their distance away from you, so 1,000 divided by 10 is 10. It'll take, he's 100 seconds away. And it's just an arbitrary number I picked for me. If you want to have him be always 30 seconds away, then double it. Still got plenty of Delta V in those outer tanks. So he's getting a little below me, so I'll do this. Now I'm going right at him again. We get 50 meters away, we'll go to station keeping. And that's how we rendezvous. There we are, 47 meters away, and we're at station keeping. I'll turn my hatch towards them again. And I'll switch over to his ship. Like we did before, we'll rename it to Junk. And turn it into debris. Save that. EVA. U to turn the headlamp on. Let go. R to turn that on. What do we get? Got a scientist. Yay, good. That's always useful. Start flying back towards the ship here. Put it down. Second astronaut saved. Okay. Now, what do we got? In terms of Delta V, these guys are empty, I think. Yeah, so with 1,000 left, I'd have to change my inclination by 180 degrees and then do the rendezvous. I won't have enough Delta V for that, so we're just going to have to return from here and say that we got 2 out of 3. And since that's the case, and I don't trust this lander, the EVA. Okay, so if I dump these now, I'm going to leave them floating around the moon, and I don't want to do that, so we'll dump them as we head back to Kerbin. So to get back to Kerbin, you'd see the moon. The moon is moving this way, and so I want to exit the opposite direction it's moving, so I fall back into Kerbin's sphere of influence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a maneuver node here. Get out of target mode. And I'm going to run prograde until we escape. This moves, yeah, opposite the direction of the moon's sphere of influence. So. A little too hard. Ah, don't tug so hard. Oh man, this pisses. Thank you. Watch what happens. I click out here to get that back. I click here to get that back, and as soon as I try to click that, it gets me I can't burn again. And I'm way over. Where am I at? Is it because I'm already past it? No, I'm all the way over here. You rotten piece of crap. And I can't move it. Okay, screw you. Yep, screw it. Go away. I'll make a new node. Just make another node. It keeps creating that node. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. Die. Go away. Oh, I'm in the shadow. It's, okay. Calm down. Don't be mad. Always an explanation. I'm in the shadow. I have no connection, so I gotta warp up to at least here before I can over control again. The next thing we're gonna do after this is we're gonna put a relay network up so we can always keep connection to Kerbin. Okay, it's showing me a line now, so I think it'll let me. Yes, it will. Okay. Where's the moon's path again? Why do I have to pull out this far to see what the moon's orbital path is? I think it's over here somewhere. Where is it flinging me out over there? Alright. Retrograde in the direction of the moon. It's all because that first one went super hyper crazy and really spun way out too far. Okay, so now I'm going out in the direction I want to go out into. That's 64. And that'll put me into this orbit here. So I pin that. If I keep burning prograde, that will come down. Right, so we get right about there, but now the orbit's twisted a little bit again. So we'll grab this whole thing, pull it this way again, get its exiting there. Right. And then back up to looking at the periapsis up there again. Pull this until that comes down more. Okay, we just had an intercept with the moon, just ignore it. 8, 6. So once again we need to grab this and pivot it a little to get it lined up with that again, and then just do this back and forth and keep bringing that periapsis down. Right, we need to bring it all the way down to 35. So once again, grab this, swivel it that way a little bit. And we'll fix this inclination after we get out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to zoom in on Kerbin. And then I'm going to go pick this guy and I'm going to keep Holy Mother of God, please let me pick the goddamn maneuver node, please. This has been since the beginning of Kerbin 1. This is really dumb. I should have something over here that says pick maneuver node, pick the maneuver, pick periapsis, pick apoapsis, pick a planet. You get 1 or 2 things in orbit and you can't pick anything. Now I've got the right thing there, but now the thing I want to work on is way the hell over here. I'm in too far. And I have to zoom in on Kerbin. I have no choice. And as soon as I do, this will go away. Right? Now I have to try to pick that again. Fuck it all to hell. I'm just going to make this burn and we'll fix it once we get onto Kerbin's path again. And fuck the KSP devs, because this is bullshit. This is pure fucking maddening bullshit. Keep tugging on something until you randomly are able to pick it. $38, that's close enough. 35 is what I'm shooting for. Oh my God, a pox upon you. A pox upon you. So you can see it's 162. It should be about anywhere from 280. From 300 to 160 to get back to Kerbin. Okay. But you see, I mean, you burn 5 minutes trying to just get on the periapsis you want. I'm starting to stutter. I'm so frustrated.
That's not scary. We'll tell you what.
Okay, we're gonna stop it there because it looks like it's already matching, and then we're gonna wait until we hit the tilde key to get back on our ship. And then we can warp out to here. And this is going to be a very small burn to be able to change this inclination because we're so far away from Kerbin. Okay. So I want to change the inclination. I want to make it go down. So I'm going to go anti-normal. Did I pass by anti-normal? No, that's normal. I'm looking for the purple triangle with the tick marks on it. That's anti-normal. Right, so now I'm pointing perpendicular down to my path of my orbit, which is this way. So I'm pointing down this way, which is going to cause the orbit to pivot that way. So, you see? What in the world? I don't have any idea what all of this is about. I suspect I'm getting some kind of a encounter out here. Thinking. Alright, let's go retrograde. Retrograde and see what that does. Bring my periapsis down. Yes, it is. There we go. That was just a little goofiness from where I started my burn, playing around with the inclination change and all. So I need to try to focus here again. And now I'm inside of Kerbin's core. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to prograde. I'm going to burn. To bring that periapsis above Kerbin again. What is it doing? I don't like the fact that it's pitching me up so much. I'm going to bring it back down. And then sort out what's going on. So retrograde. Whoop. It was programmed to bring it down? Apparently so. Okay, so I'm back to there again. PE is 209,000. Okay, I see what's happening here. I'm burning on the this side of the apoapsis. I'm gonna wait till I'm up here somewhere. Warp to there. There we go. We want to be on the right side of the. We want to be already falling towards Kerbin before we're making these burns. So now, if I turn retrograde. Right, and I zoom in here on our periapsis. And I burn. There we go. We're pulling it out. Stop. Bring it back. $35 is what we're shooting for. Whoop. Now it's wanting to go back out again. It's because we're coming in from this really deep angle here. Fortunately, I got tons of Delta V to play with. Okay, gonna warp. Okay, let's think about this. I'm right here. See, all I can do is tip my this path. I'm gonna escape. And also, I've got a moon encounter happening. That's a bad thing. So let's put a maneuver node down here somewhere and play with this a little. I kept burning retrograde. No, that's craziness. I burn normal, goes up, I burn anti-normal, it comes down, I burn retrograde, comes in. That's what we want. Retrograde. There we go. Close enough to 35. We make that burn. So let's change that node. We'll make that burn. It was the moon was getting in our way and it was flipping us up high, so I had to fiddle around with a couple of radio burns and normal burns. Said several times in the stream I have to change the color of that maneuver node because I can't find it ever. Up to the node. Seconds, 5 seconds of the burn. Okay. Sure, I overcooked it. So yeah, seeing the 29 periapsis, so I gotta go prograde. Make a little tiny part prograde. To make sure I don't overcook it, I'm gonna go to the ship. And it's in that mode, it's a bug. I can't see the ship. Okay, here's a thought. F5 to save. EVA. There we go. Board the ship. So prograde, they came out here so I could thrust them at this engine. We're at that mode. Bring that out to 35. Good enough. Now, in preparation of separating our service module, we're going to turn to either normal or anti-normal. Anti-normal will do. Now we're going to work to here. Apparently warp to there at least. It's not going to let me warp until I go through the moon's SOI, so that's what's going on. See, it won't let me warp to here. Yeah. So I got to warp through that. No, we're hitting the moon's SOI. We're leaving the moon's SOI.
Service Arbom in the Aston station will be either.
Let's see, does it let me leave the SOI yet? Yes, there we go. Now I can warp up to here. Okay, that's a little bit when the moon wants to yank your chain. Sometimes you gotta deal with that. Here. I am pointed anti-normal. I don't have to do any more burns, so I can unthrust limit. Make sure I'm at 35, and I am. I can go to here now. Going to here. Still anti-normal. Let's get where we can see the planet. It's here somewhere. Conflict should be 20,000. At 100,000 with a couple. And we'll decouple again. And we'll turn retrograde. Save just for safety. Turn retrograde. Now we've got a hope that this heat shield is going to protect this lander can. And if it doesn't, hopefully the lander can will explode and just drive this back up into the ship. So we still have a heat shield. But we are in the atmosphere now. We'll see what happens. I don't know what it is, but I keep putting my... I have peripheral neuropathy from diabetes, and so I have no feeling in my fingertips or my feet. And so I have to always look at the keyboard to see where things are at. Yeah, see, we got some heat building up here. Oh no, 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 no. Not backwards, please. Not backwards, please. No, no. Not... yeah, that would be terrible. So I've got to keep SAS on now. Yeah, 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 yeah. That gets too hot. Well, it just gets too hot. Yeah, I can't. Any attempt to roll, I flirt with flipping around. So just concentrate. Once this gets to 1100 meters per second, the heating will die off and they'll get out of plasma blackout. So it's going to want to tip more and more. It's going to get more and more squirrely as I get into the thicker atmosphere. This is a 3-man, but I don't, it's not a comfortable 3-man because of all the twisting it wants to do coming in to the thicker atmosphere. Just need to get all the heating effects have gone away, so now we just have to get down to 1100, below 1100 for the to get out of plasma blackout. Flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip. Okay, we can still die here if it flips. The chute's gonna get, it's gonna be going too fast to deploy the chutes. Fast enough, slow enough I can deploy the chute now. The only thing is I didn't set the chute descent rate, so this parachute might not have enough. It might. So we still might have a problem. Hopefully we'll just lose the heat shield in this. We'll know when it gets to 700 meters. That's when the chute should deploy, and we'll see how fast we're coming down. It's going to be fast, I can tell. And chute deploy. What? Oh, am I at 6? 4? I was at 4,000. Deploy anytime. 700, it's gonna 700 above the ground before it's gonna deploy. Boom. And I gotta be below 7 not to blow up. So let's get rid of this. That was a little bit slower. So we might lose our science bay. Wow, that's went off with a bang. I can do this trick where I swing like that, and I can slow the descent a little bit and help distribute the velocity on impact. There we go. The trick worked. Boom. And I think I've got some, I think I have some science I can get from it. No, no science. So let's recover. So we completed 2 of the 3 contracts. We couldn't complete the third one because the orbit was counterclockwise. Yeah, the trick is if you pivot, you saw as I was pivoting, and if you hit it on an edge, it sometimes you can come in faster than 7 meters per second and not lose bottom. It's just a little trick. Okay, so we'll do that. Do that. That just basically got us money. That.